Here's a wonderful skin softening technique from David Zeiser. This actually appeared in the Hot Tips issue that came out, Photoshop User, that came out in December. But it's one of these techniques where if you're like me, when you look at the Hot Tips issue, you tend to read each tip and kind of decide, well, that sounds like an interesting one or not. But here's one you have to actually really try it to see it in action. It's a pretty cool idea, because what I used to do, and what I still do for some sharpening effects, is to duplicate the background layer, apply some kind of a blur like a surface blur, and then use a mask. But here's a technique David suggests. It's actually very interesting. You duplicate the background layer, so of course Command or Control J. I'm going to change the blend mode to overlay. Really, we do that so in the next step when we do our filter, we can kind of see the effect. So we're going to use filter, other, and high pass. Now, my initial reaction was I was a little surprised because high pass is normally used as a particular sharpening method, and it kind of looks like it's having that effect here. If I turn the preview on and off, you can see it's actually starting to almost bring out a bit of detail in her skin. But that's okay. So remember, we're in overlay mode, so even though it looks like the high pass filter normally introduces gray, because we're in overlay mode, the gray is automatically removed. So we click OK, and all we do is just invert that layer, Command or Control I, so it becomes the opposite. You see how it looks really blurry? Then we just dial down the opacity to a number, and you can see that at the right place, like look right there, that looks pretty good. Without doing anything else, I haven't had to do any kind of masking. The eyes are already looking pretty good, as are the lips. Now personally, just to be 100% sure, I would probably, just in case, add a layer mask and take my paintbrush, get a little smaller here, and make sure that the detail areas like the eyes and the eyebrows and the lips are masked so I can really see. Let me zoom in a little closer to 100%. There we go. Now let's look at the difference. Here's before, here's now. I really like this effect. I think it's very cool, and the nice part is that it happens very, very quickly. Not a lot of steps to it. It just does a really good job. So, hey, check it out. I think you'll find it's a great way to do skin softening without losing detail in areas like the eyes. Now I know you're expecting me to take this photo and do something with it, but since Photoshop World is fast approaching instead, I thought we'd just use this instead. Someone with a nice little drawing on their Photoshop World evaluation form from last time. So that's me, I'm Dave Cross, although I gotta use the eraser on that hair. But anyway, I shall see you next time.